Hey friends, welcome back. It has been a minute since I've been in my own garden. However, I have a very special friend coming to town. My girlfriend Janie is coming to town. Most of you know her from Dig Plant Water Repeat. And she wants to come over. And so obviously I need to get the garden ready. Now, this is not one of those things where you get the garden ready like 2 days before. We plan like 3 weeks in advance because we're going to cut things back. So we have just a beautiful flush of blooms for when she arrives, just a glorious way to greet a garden friend. So all that having been said, I have a to-do list that I've started on my phone, and we're just going to go around the garden and we're going to get some stuff done. Let's do it. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to get out in the garden and tackle all of my basil. I grew a ton of basil this year, knowing that I really wanted to preserve a ton of pesto for the coming winter months. So I'm going to give everything a pretty robust cutback and pop it into a little glass of water just to keep it super fresh. We're going to make some pesto later today. I've already bought tons of pine nuts and all the good things. And so this is the first item on my list, ready to be preserved in the kitchen. As I'm cutting all of this basil, I'm actually just thinking, like, this is such a great cut flower even, and how gorgeous this is just sitting on a countertop. It's beautiful. After cutting back on that African blue, we are moving right along to the Genovese basil. So this is, according to my Italian neighbor, the official, the official basil that you must use for pesto. He said nothing else will suffice. So I'm gonna do a pretty robust cut on this guy and pop him in some water. Next on my list is some of this gorgeous shiso. I have a couple new recipes that I'm gonna try from my vegan Korean cookbook. And then I also have a girlfriend that loves shiso, and so I'm gonna give some to her. Okay, next up are these bunching onions. I've let them go too long, and so they're much bigger than like a typical green onion or scallion that you would see, but I'm really excited. I've also tried something new. I've brought in some straw mulch, and I will see if I can link it below. This is an experiment to see how it holds the moisture in the soil. So far, it's crazy good, and it's keeping down weeds. Friends, we're about ready to do an epic bean harvest. Here we go. These are the beans that have survived the bunny massacre of this year. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Everyone gets 1 bean tonight. Just 1. Oh, but I did see a strawberry. Cute. These are my little Alexandria alpine strawberries. They are so cute. When the boys were little, we called them Barbie strawberries because they look like they're Barbie sized. All right, next up are these leeks. These, I think, are some of my most gorgeous leeks I've ever grown. And again, I'm bringing in this straw, and it is just, it's incredible with this moisture. And as it breaks down, it's also gonna add a lot of great nutrients to the soil. Oh my gosh. You guys, look at this gorgeous, giant leek. This is beautiful. That is stunning. Okay, A+ leeks this year. Ooh, this one has a baby on it. Okay, let's see. Oh. Check that out. Check that out. I think this is a little baby. I wonder. All right, I may plant this. Let's just see what happens. But how gorgeous is that leek? One of you was commenting about making braised leeks and having them be a real staple in the French household. And so I'm gonna give that a go. We're gonna try some braised leeks. Let's pop this one back in here. Okay, while we're over here, this carrot is actually looking pretty good. Oh my God, that is like the world's most perfect carrot. This is like a cartoon carrot. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this deserves glamour shot. Boom. Gorgeous. Gorgeous carrot. You guys, this took me all dang summer. I finally got a carrot. I finally beat the bunnies and I have one carrot. That was so good. That was so good. All right, I'm gonna press my luck. We're gonna go for 2. This one looks pretty decent. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's like not even in there. Okay, that is like... It's like the saddest. It's whatever. I harvested. I did harvesting. I didn't warn Brian that I was going for 3, but I was thinking I would just like thin them because they were all in there together. You guys, I grew a carrot braid. Look at that. That is actually so adorable. All twined together. Okay, that's pretty cute. They're friends. You guys are friends. They look like they're hugging. Okay, status update on my new variety I'm trying this year. This is Calypso. And you know, I've never had success with pickling cucumbers. This is literally the first time I've had success with this. And they are, so far I've picked 2, which is like not enough to like do much more than like a refrigerator pickle. But I actually have a ton coming in. And actually, let me bring you in close. I'm gonna show you what we got going on. But I'm just gonna twist these bad boys up and we're off to the next. Look at my beautiful pickling cucumbers. I think I'm gonna let them get just a wee bit bigger. There's another one up here. So I'm gonna let them get just a little bit bigger. But so far, these are gorgeous. I am so impressed. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the lemon cukes and see if anything is producing there yet. All right, as per usual, my lemon cucumber is going crazy. I love this thing. It produces like gangbusters. So far, I'm only seeing like one little tiny fruit. Okay, so nothing here yet. Any day now though. We're down in the cut flower garden area where we have a ton of tomatoes planted because it just gets so hot and lovely down here. Unfortunately, we had a freak rainstorm come through the northwest and it just pounded rain. And I didn't get out to my tomato patch before the rain set in, which is a bummer because what'll happen is during a rainstorm, the tomatoes will just suck up all that moisture and then they crack. So let me show you. This little cutie right here, totally cracked. And if it was anything other than a cherry tomato, I would actually probably just harvest it, cut off the cracked part, and eat the rest. But with these cherries, they're just too far gone. So I'm gonna basically strip this plant, let all the green ones who haven't cracked ripen on the vine, and anything that's still good is coming inside. Okay, you guys, this is so sad. All of these are goners. Bummer. Okay, next plant. As you know, I feel like we've been on a journey to reclaim this garden space, and I am still seeing signs of bunny damage, even though we've reinforced literally every little inch of this space. You know what? We figured out how those little, I have lots of words for them, but come here, I'll show you. Check this out. Here we go. I didn't bring this up high enough. And actually, this was tucked in here. I've got these pins, but look at this. They're jumping in through here. And in fact, you can see how the earth is trampled down there. I feel like a mighty hunter. You know what I mean? I feel like prehistoric times, I would be like a tracker. Okay. All right. We're not going to get upset about it. But what I am going to do is I'm literally going to bring in, I think, another 3 feet. I think we got to go. We're going to go hard. We're going to go hard. And welcome to our hedge of just like the ivy and the blackberries that are never ending. Anyways, mystery solved. That little bugger is getting in through there. And I'm seeing signs of damage. Not okay. By the way, some of these I'm going to pick a little bit early, not knowing if we're going to get rain in the forecast. And I'm just going to let this ripen on the windowsill. Friends, I want to take you in close on this one. This is the tomato I purchased at the Tilth sale. It is called Pink Boar. Now, I'm having really, really bad cracking across the top. Regardless, we picked our first one of these a couple days ago and tried it before all the rain came in. And oh, here's one over here. Oh my gosh, you guys, the tag and the description said it was one of the ones that could rival a Cherokee Purple. And I was like, there's no way. This is my favorite. No way. And I'm telling you right now, this little nugget, I think it can actually. I really think it can. So I still have some cracking and splitting here. I think I might just cut that top part off and enjoy the rest of it anyways. All right, last but not least, we are getting down to the ends of the blueberry harvest. The other bushes have actually stopped producing for the season. This one, let me double check it. This one is Legacy. And you guys, this one has been going forever. I mean, I feel like we've been picking blueberries for weeks here. So I'm just gonna grab the next little round. Whoop. And bring these in for a little afternoon snack. And by the way, our bunny has been back. I mean, like, what monster just chews off a branch like that? So irritating. Alrighty, harvested produce, done. Next, I'm actually gonna skip down here to stake dahlias because I'm in the cut flower garden. And these two right here, this is Yarra Falls and Otto's Thrill. Otto's Thrill, I think, is a new hit. It is so lovely, but these two need to be staked up because they're a mess. What I might actually do is use this. This is actually older stuff that I've just saved, and it's wire that's covered in a bit of like a green squishy foam, so it doesn't cut in to the dahlias that much. I have also used twine, but I kind of like this a little bit better. And I'm basically going to create little loops that tie back to this main support that I'm running right down the middle of this garden bed. So I'm going to start by just wrapping the end around this one side here. Let me see if I can create a loop big enough for this beast. She is real big. Okay. Gorgeous. Ooh. Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of twist the other end. And what I do is I don't like my dahlias staked like super tight. I just kind of like a nice loose corral. So as they send out little side shoots, I can kind of nestle them into the bunch here. Okay. This one is standing up really nicely on its own, but I think I'm gonna corral it anyways because it's such a beefy dinner plate. Perfect. Okay. This one, because I have such like a large array of them, I think I'm gonna go in here and just do a little tie here. And then I'm gonna come back and just loop it one time around here. Oh gosh, I don't know if this is long enough. Okay, let's see what I can do. Wow, this thing is a mammoth this year. There it goes, sweet. Okay, this should be okay for now. I may revisit later if I feel like I need more support, but there we go, good enough for government. Steak dahlias, done. Okay, I think it's time for me to get up top and tidy my containers and weed those borders. Ugh, and I am not looking forward to this one, but I gotta attack the bindweed behind my hedge. It's insane. Friends, this is the next thing I have to attack. It has started here, and honestly, I feel like this started overnight. Didn't even notice it, and already it has just spread savagely throughout this rose, and she's jumping over here. So I'm going to clean up all of this debris that you see down here. So this is black spot. Let's actually back it up. This is black spot. It's a fungus. It's terrible. It's all over my rose. This doesn't stop me from growing roses, but I do have to deal with this every year. So I'm going to be stripping any leaves that show black spot and throwing them in the garbage. The next thing I have to do is I actually ordered some fungicide that I'm going to be treating my rose with. And so this is where she's just going to look like a sad little chicken. I'm taking all of these infected leaves off and disposing them in the garbage. And then, unfortunately, she's made her way over here. It's not impacting the whole plant, but anything that is showing all of these diseased leaves, I'm gonna have to just 86. Okay, here we go. And by the way, after I'm done working, these will get completely sanitized, so I am not taking disease from one rose to the other. And all of this debris is going in the garbage. If you have a home compost bin, this is not even anything that you would want in your compost because it is that fungus and it will just permeate in the soil. So picking up every single little leaf is super important. Okay, we're gonna leave it here until that fungicide arrives in the mail, and then we'll go on to treating it. Okay, oh, that poor little rose, but she's all stripped. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is weed the borders. And here we are. So I'm gonna go all the way down here and come back, and then I'm gonna do the sidewalk side. And there's a couple, like right in here, a couple of my Origeron, my little Mexican daisy, have self-seeded, and I actually really love it. So if you see little bits of green, like here, and one down there, and one over there, if you see me leaving little bits of green, that is why. Well, this front border actually does not look half bad. I mean, as per usual, I am pulling out 8 million little birch seedlings, cleaning up a bunch of leaf drop from the boxwoods and branches that have actually fallen from the birch above. But other than that, I do have to say, I have been pretty darn good at staying on top of the weeds, and we are finally seeing all of that effort pay off, because the further into the season we go, the less I have to manage, which is the best. So back behind this yew hedge, we are just battling insane amounts of not only blackberry, but bindweed. And so maybe like once a month we go back here, and we've held the hedge off the property line for this very reason, because we wanted to be able to get back there and not be traipsing through our neighbor's property. So every month we get back there and just do battle. We do absolute battle. One of these days, I am hoping we will be on top of it. Today is not that day, though. We are just going to try to tame the madness, and keep it from poking through our hedge. Alrighty, so we have weeded the borders. I attacked the bindweed behind the hedge, which, in truth, there was a ton of blackberry back there. Man, I am done for the day. However, I want to get one more thing done. I'm going to get that dang tomato out of my edible container. I'm going to bring you in close. I'm going to show you the failure because I think it's important, and we're going to be done. Friends, welcome to my patio container. This is my Brandy Dwarf tomato. And here's the scoop. This was touted to be a high-producing tomato made for a patio, and I've gotten a total of two tomatoes, and all of the blossoms keep falling off this bad ride. I don't feel like I should have to work this hard for a dang tomato. So I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to let all of this gorgeous basil that I've planted in the back, I'm going to let it just take over and fill out this container. We're getting ruthless in the garden. This Brandywine, she's out. And now it's an herb planter, and I'm darn excited about it. Friends, I think I'm going to call it a day today, go inside and make some dinner. I may not have gotten everything done on my list, but I made giant strides forward. I have amazing produce coming from the garden. I'm going to make probably a boatload of pesto tonight, and I found where that dang bunny is getting into my garden, and I fixed it. So, all in all, not a bad day in the garden. Thank you so much for tagging along. I'm going to see you in the next one, and in the meantime, please say hello to your garden for me.